Back in 1987, RoboCop stormed into theaters, not just as a sci-fi spectacle, but as a defining blockbuster of the era. The film catapulted its cast to stardom, turning them into household names. But now, more than 4 decades later, those once celebrated stars have faded from the limelight. Their journeys have taken surprising and sometimes ironic turns. What led the beloved faces of RoboCop to step away from fame? Nancy Allen, once a Hollywood goddess, now fading from the spotlight. With her striking yet delicate beauty, Nancy Allen was once hailed as Hollywood's Golden Girl during the 1970s and 1980s. She captivated audiences, especially with her unforgettable role as Officer Ann Lewis in RoboCop, portraying a fearless and dedicated policewoman. Her charm and talent made her a fan favorite, but beyond the glitz and glamour, Nancy Allen's life held its share of struggles. Before RoboCop, Allen was already a rising star. She shot to fame with her breakthrough role in Carrie, 1976, the iconic horror film directed by Brian De Palma. That success led to multiple collaborations with De Palma in Dressed to Kill, 1980, and Blowout, 1981, earning her a Golden Globe nomination for her impressive versatility. Yet, despite a thriving career, Nancy couldn't escape the challenges that often come with life in Hollywood. One of the most talked about moments in her personal life was her marriage to director Brian De Palma. Initially seen as a fairy tale romance, their marriage ended in 1984 after just 5 years, citing personal and professional conflicts. Reports at the time claimed that De Palma was overly controlling, both on set and in their private life. The highly publicized divorce took a toll on Allen, not just emotionally, but also professionally, affecting her career trajectory. Following RoboCop, Nancy struggled to maintain her star power. Industry sources suggested she turned down multiple roles to avoid being typecast in action films. However, this decision ultimately backfired, leading to fewer opportunities rather than the reinvention she had hoped for. By the early 1990s, as Hollywood shifted its focus to younger talent, Nancy found it increasingly difficult to secure prominent roles. In interviews, she admitted that aging in the entertainment industry had left her feeling lost and uncertain about her future. In recent years, Nancy Allen has rarely been seen in the public eye, fueling speculation about her personal life. Some reports suggested financial difficulties due to a lack of steady acting work. Adding to the intrigue, rumors surfaced in the mid-2000s about a real estate dispute in which Allen was accused of violating a contract to purchase a luxury Los Angeles apartment. While she never publicly addressed these allegations, her silence only added to the mystery surrounding her current life. Beyond financial concerns, Nancy's reputation in Hollywood also took a hit. Some insiders claimed she developed a reputation for being difficult to work with, which led to conflicts on set. These tensions allegedly caused directors and producers to distance themselves, further limiting her career options. What was once a promising trajectory gradually faded, leaving fans wondering how a beloved star could slip away from Hollywood's embrace. Dan O'Herlihy, a Hollywood veteran who never got his due. Dan O'Herlihy was one of Hollywood's most respected actors, a performer known for his commanding presence and remarkable range. Over his long and storied career, he left his mark on many classic films, including his unforgettable turn in RoboCop, 1987. As the old man, the ruthless and calculating corporate leader, O'Herlihy embodied the cold ambition of unchecked power, making his character one of the film's most memorable figures. Yet, despite his immense talent and contributions to Hollywood, time and circumstance quietly pushed him out of the spotlight. One of the defining moments of O'Herlihy's career came in 1954 when he earned an Academy Award nomination for Adventures of Robinson Crusoe. Long before his Hollywood days, he was a celebrated stage actor, known for his riveting performances in Shakespearean plays. His ability to seamlessly switch between hero and villain showcased his depth as an actor. Beyond RoboCop, he captivated audiences in films like Halloween the 3, Season of the Witch, 1982, and The Last Starfighter, 1984. Unlike many stars of his era, Dan O'Herlihy remained free of scandals, earning admiration for his dedication to his craft rather than for tabloid drama. Despite his achievements, O'Herlihy chose a quiet life away from Hollywood's relentless glare. His retreat from the public eye wasn't due to controversy or failure, but rather a conscious decision to live on his own terms. He passed away in 2005 at the age of 85, leaving behind a legacy of exceptional performances. However, even after his passing, his name became entangled in controversy. A legal battle over his estate erupted among his family members, sparking disputes that disappointed both fans and the media. Reports later emerged that some individuals attempted to profit from O'Herlihy's name and work without honoring his legacy. Ronny Cox, a Hollywood talent overshadowed by time. Ronny Cox made a lasting impression in RoboCop, 1987, where he delivered a chilling performance as Dick Jones, the ruthless executive of Omni Consumer Products. His portrayal of the power-hungry villain remains one of the film's most memorable highlights. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Cox was a familiar face in Hollywood, known for his versatility and strong screen presence. He built an impressive resume, appearing in a string of hit films that cemented his status as a respected actor. Yet, despite his early success, Ronny Cox's career took an unexpected downturn, and the industry soon seemed to move on without him. His breakout role came in Deliverance, 1972, where his natural performance caught the attention of audiences and critics alike. He continued his rise with films like The Honor of the Family, 1979, Beverly Hills Cop, 1984, and Total Recall, 1990, proving his ability to take on a variety of roles. Beyond acting, Cox also showcased his passion for music, releasing several albums that added another dimension to his public image. His talents were undeniable, and for a time, he was a Hollywood mainstay. However, like many stars before him, Cox faced the inevitable challenges of an ever-changing industry. Though he continued to take on roles, his presence in major productions gradually faded. While he avoided personal scandals, the shifting landscape of Hollywood worked against him. By the 1990s, a wave of younger actors took center stage, bringing fresh styles and trends that left little room for veteran performers like Cox. With fewer prominent roles available, his star power dimmed. Despite his undeniable talent, Cox struggled to adapt to Hollywood's rapid evolution, where youthful faces and marketable images became the driving force behind casting decisions. As a result, he found himself on the outskirts of the industry, no longer headlining the blockbuster projects he once did. Ronny Cox was once a commanding presence on the big screen, and while his career has faded, his legacy remains. His roles in RoboCop and other classics continue to resonate with fans, serving as a reminder of the impact he had during Hollywood's golden era. Peter Weller, an 80s icon who lost his Hollywood shine. Peter Weller was once a defining face of sci-fi cinema, forever linked to his iconic role as Alex Murphy RoboCop, the honorable cop who was brutally murdered and resurrected as a machine. This unforgettable character cemented Weller's status as a Hollywood action hero. Yet, despite this legendary role, his star power quickly dimmed, tarnished by controversies that drastically altered his public image. Following RoboCop, Weller expanded his career with films like The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, Across the Eighth Dimension, 1984, and Naked Lunch, 1991, showcasing his versatility. But it was RoboCop that truly propelled him into global stardom. Unfortunately, Weller's career took a troubling turn. The very industry that once embraced him began to distance itself as behind-the-scenes tensions emerged, leading to a fall from grace that stunned fans. On film sets, Weller's demanding nature led to frequent clashes. One of his most infamous disputes occurred during RoboCop 2, 1990, where he repeatedly criticized the script and butted heads with the director and cast. Crew members described him as difficult, and some actors refused to work with him, citing his rigid and sometimes arrogant demeanor. These clashes earned Weller a troubling reputation in Hollywood, marking the beginning of his professional decline. Beyond on-set feuds, Weller's financial expectations also caused friction. Insiders claimed he often demanded salaries far exceeding the worth of his projects, frustrating production teams. Rumors swirled about his unwillingness to collaborate with younger colleagues, with whispers of disrespectful behavior that left a sour impression. Disappointed fans struggled to reconcile this version of Weller with the beloved action hero they once admired. The scandals left many wondering whether he could navigate the pressures of Hollywood's unforgiving landscape. As his acting career faded, Weller became the subject of personal controversies. Reports suggested he attended lavish parties rumored to involve illicit substances. While no concrete evidence surfaced, his presence at such events fueled speculation about his lifestyle choices. Financial troubles also plagued him, with reports of mismanaged assets leading to a lawsuit over significant debt in the early 2000s, further tarnishing his reputation. After stepping away from Hollywood, Weller pursued a career in academia, teaching art history and film at esteemed universities. However, this chapter of his life was not without controversy. Students described his teaching style as excessively harsh, with complaints about personal and sometimes inappropriate remarks. The backlash grew on student forums, leading Weller to take a leave of absence to reconsider his approach to education. In later years, Weller returned to acting in projects that failed to capture audiences. Critics suggested he accepted roles out of financial necessity rather than artistic ambition. The much-hyped The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, once seen as a career breakthrough, instead became one of his most forgettable flops. Fans lamented his transition into low-quality commercial films, feeling he had abandoned the artistic integrity that once defined him. Peter Weller was once a cinematic icon, bringing unforgettable characters to life. But over time, his career was eroded by controversies, conflicts, and ill-fated decisions in both his professional and personal life. His story is a stark reminder of Hollywood's fleeting nature, where a star can rise to greatness, only to fade when the spotlight becomes too much to bear. Yet, no matter the scandals, one thing remains undeniable. Peter Weller left a lasting impact on the silver screen. Miguel Ferrer, a master of villainy. Who slowly faded from the spotlight, Miguel Ferrer was a commanding presence on screen, captivating audiences with his roles in RoboCop, Twin Peaks, and NCIS Los Angeles. His signature deep voice and intense performances made him one of Hollywood's most reliable character actors, particularly in villainous roles. Yet, despite a career filled with remarkable performances, Ferrer's presence in major projects gradually diminished. Rising to fame in the 1980s, Miguel Ferrer quickly established himself as a gifted and versatile performer. Though never considered a traditional leading man, he was a standout in every role, earning the respect of fans and critics alike. His ability to bring complexity to every character, from ruthless antagonists to comedic and dramatic roles, made him a valued figure in the entertainment world. Over the years, he earned nominations for prestigious awards, including the Satellite Award and Golden Satellite Award, further proving his undeniable talent. Despite his enduring success, Ferrer's time in the limelight eventually waned, and his appearances on the big screen became less frequent. After decades of commanding roles, he began stepping away from Hollywood's fast-paced scene. He took on fewer projects, rarely attended film premieres, and gradually withdrew from the public eye. His absence was felt as audiences who had once admired his gripping performances noticed his quiet retreat from the industry. In 2017, Miguel Ferrer's life was tragically cut short after a long battle with cancer. His passing left an immense void in Hollywood, with colleagues and fans mourning the loss of a truly remarkable actor. Though his time on screen grew shorter in his later years, his legacy remains, forever etched in the memories of those who admired his work. Ray Wise, a bright spark that faded too soon. In RoboCop 1987, Ray Wise took on the role of Leon Nash, a ruthless criminal who, despite not being a main character, left a lasting impression on audiences. Wise was one of those actors with a long, steady career in both film and television, earning respect for his craft. Yet, despite his talent, Wise struggled to maintain his prominence in Hollywood. Ray Wise became known for his versatility, effortlessly shifting between roles in dramas, thrillers, and even comedies. Over the years, he earned several smaller awards and nominations, a testament to his dedication. However, he often found himself in supporting roles rather than leading ones, which slowly dimmed his once bright star. Though undeniably gifted, Wise's career faced the same challenge many veteran actors encounter: an evolving industry with changing audience tastes. Without major leading roles to keep his name in the spotlight, his once recognizable presence gradually faded. Despite never being caught up in scandals, Wise's career was shaped by Hollywood's shifting landscape. While he may no longer enjoy the fame he once had, his past performances remain a cherished part of film history. Kurtwood Smith, a lasting talent who stepped away from the spotlight. Kurtwood Smith delivered an unforgettable performance in RoboCop 1987, bringing chilling intensity to the role of Clarence Boddicker, the ruthless gang leader whose brutality left audiences in awe. His talent was undeniable, and for a time he seemed poised for an even greater Hollywood career. Yet, despite his promise, Kurtwood Smith never quite reached full-fledged stardom. While RoboCop remains one of his most famous works, Smith built an impressive career across film and television. Before stepping into the world of crime and chaos in RoboCop, he appeared in notable films such as Dead Poets Society, 1989, and earned praise for his work in The West Wing, 1999. His transition to television proved successful, with one of his most beloved roles coming in That 70s Show, where he became a familiar face to a new generation of viewers. His television success helped keep his name alive, even as his big-screen presence gradually faded. While Smith managed to steer clear of the major scandals that derailed some of his Hollywood peers, his career followed a quieter trajectory. After his early triumphs, he began to take on fewer leading roles, instead gravitating towards supporting characters in smaller projects. As Hollywood ushered in a new era dominated by younger stars, Smith's presence in major films became less frequent. However, his fans have never forgotten his impact, continuing to appreciate his skill in scene-stealing roles and memorable television performances. In the late 2000s, Smith deliberately stepped back from the Hollywood hustle, choosing to focus on supporting roles rather than high-profile projects. This shift may have been a conscious decision, allowing him to embrace a more peaceful life, spending more time with family and less time chasing the relentless demands of the entertainment industry. By prioritizing privacy over fame, Kurtwood Smith left audiences with a legacy of unforgettable performances. Though he no longer commands the spotlight, he remains a respected and cherished figure in Hollywood history. Felton Perry, a steady career that never reached the spotlight. Felton Perry is best remembered for his role as Johnson, one of the high-ranking executives at the corrupt Omni Consumer Products, OCP, in RoboCop 1987. While never an A-list movie star, Perry built a solid career with numerous roles in both film and television, making him a familiar face to many. Yet, despite his steady presence, Perry's career never truly soared to lasting prominence. He appeared in major films like The Terminator, 1984, though in a small role, and Short Circuit, 1986, another fan favorite. His long career spanned both film and television, particularly in the science fiction and action genres, where he found his niche. Unlike some of his Hollywood peers, Perry was never involved in scandals, maintaining a clean reputation throughout his career. However, his roles were mostly supporting characters, which kept him from achieving leading man status. Compounding this was Hollywood's ever-changing landscape. As sci-fi action films gave way to new trends, opportunities for actors like Perry became scarce. Over time, his appearances on the big screen dwindled, and in recent years, he has been absent from major projects altogether. Paul McCrane, a talented actor, held back by health struggles. Paul McCrane made a lasting impression as Emil Antonowski, the ruthless criminal in RoboCop, 1987. With undeniable talent and a growing list of roles, McCrane seemed destined for greater fame in Hollywood. But sometimes even promising careers can be derailed by unexpected challenges. Following RoboCop, McCrane became widely recognized for his work in both film and television, most notably as Dr. Romano on ER, Kaksi Tuhatta Kahdeksan. This role earned him several nominations, including a Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Drama Series. He also appeared in The Shawshank Redemption, 1994, securing another memorable supporting role. Unlike many Hollywood stars, McCrane was never caught up in scandals, but his personal journey has not been without hardship. He has battled significant health issues, including a rare form of arthritis that has required ongoing treatment. These struggles have made it difficult for him to maintain a steady presence in major projects, gradually dimming his star in the industry. Despite these obstacles, McCrane remains respected for his talent, and his performances continue to be appreciated by longtime fans. Robert Doeke, a long career that never reached stardom. Robert Doeke was a dedicated actor whose career spanned over 3 decades. Best remembered for his role as Sergeant Warren Reed, the steadfast police officer in RoboCop, he brought depth and authority to the screen. Yet, despite a solid career, Doke's presence in Hollywood slowly faded in later years. Doke's journey in the entertainment industry began in the 1970s, where he quickly gained recognition in action films and television. His versatility allowed him to take on a variety of roles, from supporting characters to more prominent parts in major productions. Over the years, he made his mark in films like The Terminator, 1984, Die Hard 2, 1990, and several popular TV series, showcasing his undeniable talent. These supporting roles helped cement Doke's place in Hollywood, ensuring steady work in an ever-changing industry. However, as time went on, he stepped away from the spotlight, opting for a more private life. With fewer major roles, his presence in the industry naturally diminished, leaving many to wonder what became of him. Hollywood's fast-paced evolution left many veteran actors struggling to keep up, and Doeke was no exception. As fresh faces took center stage and new trends shaped the industry, his name quietly slipped into the past. Like many before him, he became a respected but lesser remembered figure in Hollywood history, a fate all too common for seasoned actors. Jesse Goins, a long career that never reached stardom. Jesse Goins may not have been a household name, but his presence on screen was unforgettable. Best known for playing Joe Cox, a gang member in RoboCop, 1987, he built a steady career with supporting roles in both film and television. Yet, despite his dedication to acting, widespread fame always remained just out of reach. During the 1980s and 1990s, Goins secured roles in well-known productions, including The Blair Witch Project, 1999, a groundbreaking found-footage thriller where he played a key part. While he avoided the controversies that often follow Hollywood actors, life presented its own struggles. Financial setbacks and ongoing health issues made it difficult for Goins to maintain a steady career. As time passed, major roles became scarce, and his once promising path in the industry gradually faded. In August 2020, tragedy struck when Goins passed away at the age of 60, suffering a fatal stroke while working on a reality television show. His sudden passing was widely reported, leaving colleagues and longtime fans mourning his loss. Though never a leading man, Jesse Goins made a lasting impact. His performances, especially in RoboCop, remain etched in the memories of those who appreciated his work. Calvin Young, a dedicated actor who never reached stardom. Calvin Young may not have been a leading man, but his presence on screen was steady and reliable. Best remembered for playing Steve Min, one of Alex Murphy's colleagues in RoboCop, Young built a modest yet enduring career. Over the years, he took on roles in films like The Rock, 1996, and The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, 2006. Though these projects weren't always high-profile, they helped keep his name in the industry. Yet, despite his persistence, widespread fame remained out of reach. Although Young never took home major awards or headlined blockbuster films, his steady stream of supporting roles ensured his longevity in Hollywood. These appearances kept him working, but they never propelled him to the top. One fascinating aspect of Young's career is his complete absence from controversy. Unlike many actors who gained attention through scandals or media buzz, Young remained under the radar. Ironically, this lack of drama may have contributed to his fading presence. Without the publicity that often fuels careers, his name gradually slipped from the public's memory. As Hollywood evolved, younger stars emerged, taking center stage in major productions. Meanwhile, actors like Young, who thrived in the background, found fewer opportunities to shine. RoboCop 1987 is a groundbreaking science fiction film that shook the entire film industry. The film grossed over $53 million, 4 times its initial investment, and earned 2 Oscar nominations. All thanks to the talented cast that helped the film explode in the 80s. However, more than 40 years after RoboCop was released, the bright stars in the film have gradually faded, becoming names that few people remember. Although RoboCop had a remake in 2014, it cannot be denied that the original 1987 version is still a classic that cannot be replaced. If you find the video interesting, remember to like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the best videos on the channel.